Hey guys, so I'm going to be starting this extra episode, part 26A. I'm going to start it with this battle that I don't have to do. I didn't really want to show it, but I'm just going to show the level ups, and then we'll get to the supports in a second.
I must keep aiming higher. It's all coming together.
My understanding has completion. Vice. Committed to memory.
Alright kids, guess what time it is? That's right, it's support conversation time. I know! It's amazing! So what do we have? We've got Dimitri and Ashe, Dimitri and Mercedes. Oh gosh, Dimitri's like, he's the popular one this time. Alright, well, let's do it. Let's do it.
Your Highness, sorry, I mean Dimitri, would you, do you want to train together today?
No.
Ashe, of course, I'm glad you asked. After classes conclude for the day, meet me at the training ground. I'll be waiting. And afterward, let's plan on dinner. We'll certainly have worked up an appetite.
Oh, yes, I suppose, I mean, sure, it would be my pleasure to dine with you.
Okay, buddy.
I mean,
Laying it on a little thick there, buddy.
Ashe.
Just a little thick.
I'm sorry, Your Highness. I'm just no good at this. I'll do my best to improve.
Are you still worrying over what I said to you before?
I'm trying to do as you asked, but it's just completely against my nature.
Trust me, I understand the urge to show respect where it is due. However, that is not the case here. Yes, I was brought up in a different family and raised in a different way, but otherwise...
In this case, I show zero respect.
That all makes sense, Your Highness. But I just can't bring myself to speak to you in such a casual way. Sure, when you get right down to it, royalty like you and common folk like me, we're all just people. But the common folk still rely on the nobility to keep the peace and to keep them safe. Commoners pay the price for that in taxes and respect. That's what Lenato says.
Well, Lenato's not
I can
here
understand
anymore,
that point of
Ashe.
view. But the flaw in your logic is that I am not king just yet.
But that's not all there is to it. I also respect you as a person. You carry the weight of the whole kingdom on your shoulders. You're a faultless warrior, and you're always so kind to your allies, even...
On all
Whoops.
accounts, I can say the same of you. But you also have a strong heart. I can't say that about myself. No matter the circumstance, you are never drawn toward darkness. That mindset of yours has done me well on countless occasions.
Well, I do my best. So I guess mutual respect between us is what's really the most appropriate.
Precisely. Which means there's never any need to be nervous or uncomfortable around one another. It seems we may have circled back to where we started with this conversation, but... let's at least agree that we both should learn to bend a bit. How's that sound?
All right. Let's start from the beginning, then. Would you like to train with me today, Your Highness?
Ashe, you didn't learn anything.
Of course, Ashe. Come at me with everything you've got.
Alright. Dimitri and Mercedes. Oh, okay.
Mercedes, I'm sorry to ask this of you, but will you lend me a hand?
What can I do
No.
for you? Oh, is the cuff of your overcoat still torn? Mending that shouldn't be a problem at all.
It's pathetic, I know, but I fear my sewing skills are... well, as you can see, they're just about non-existent.
goodness. You must have been concerned when I tore your cuff.
Ah, well... That is to say... Oh, would you please teach me to sew? I hear you're rather amazing at it.
Of course I'll teach you. Don't look so heartbroken.
You will? Thank you. Oh, I owe you for this.
I'll go get my sewing kit. You wait here. I'm so sorry, Dimitri. I've never seen, well, it's just a bit...
No need to dance around the issue. You're fed up with my clumsy efforts, aren't you?
Well, Dimitri, you're pretty bad.
I thought you might end up bending some needles if you tried mending this on your own, but... How did you manage to break a pair of scissors?
How did you manage to light your clothes on fire?
I'm so sorry, really. I try to be careful, but with delicate work like this, I just can't seem to manage.
There's no need to apologize, but you must have been uncomfortable making your way here with this tear.
My inability to control my own strength is humiliating. Of course I'm useless at needlework.
No giving up on yourself. You just have to practice, that's all. No matter how difficult something is, if you keep at it and don't give up, then you're sure to improve.
Right you are. To give in to despair isn't like me. Thank you for the reminder.
Great! I'm glad to hear it. First things first, let's make sure the needle is actually threaded this time.
No! I bent another one.
Well, we know Dimitri can't be a thief because he wouldn't be able to pick any locks. Alright. Ingrid. Wait, am I only at a C? Oh yeah, no, I'm already at a C.
Ingrid, I've been doing some thinking, and it occurs to me that I owe you an apology.
What? Why do you seem so serious?
In a just world, you would be happily married to Glenn. He truly loved you, and it's clear that you cared deeply for him as well. But on that awful night, he died right before my eyes. I could do nothing to prevent it. In a way, I'm responsible for you losing the joyous future that should have been yours. I know my words can change nothing, but I'm so sorry, Ingrid.
No, Your Highness. There's no need to apologize. Glenn's death, it still doesn't feel real. I always looked up to Glenn. He was the very picture of a perfect knight, noble and virtuous. In the end, he laid down his life, the ultimate sacrifice. I feel proud of him in ways that words can't quantify.
Proud? Truly?
That's right. I feel proud that he died for those he was sworn to protect. Proud that he passed from this realm to the next as a perfect knight.
Are you really trying to turn his needless death into an ideal to uphold? You and he are so alike.
Needless death? How can you say that? Glenn gave his life for you, for everyone, and this is how you speak of his sacrifice?
Oh, you stepped in it this time, Dimitri.
You weren't there. You didn't witness his last moments. If you had, you wouldn't feel that way.
I don't care to hear your interpretation of his final moments. He was and will always be an ideal knight.
You would do well to rethink that ideal, my friend.
Pardon me? He served in your guard. He took great pride in what he did, in protecting you. The very least you can do is not spit on his memory. If you'll excuse me.
What is the matter with me?
It's okay, Dimitri. You're a man who speaks truth. Well, from what I can tell, I don't know. Alright, this should be pretty funny. Flayn. Flayn's always hilarious to me.
Are you on cooking duty today, Flayn? That's unusual.
Indeed I am. I have been working away on this meal for hours now. The only thing is, each time it is my turn to tend to the meals,
those in the dining hall seem to miraculously become very busy and evacuate the premises. I make the food, but nobody is ever here to eat it. I do not understand what the issue is. It is such a waste.
Well, it's 4 a.m. I mean, that might have something to do with it.
Well, you're in luck. I've just finished training and am positively ravenous. If you don't mind, I'd love to sample your cooking.
Really? I mean, yes, please, have some. It is not perfect, but I am certain it will taste quite nice all the same.
I'm sure it will be great. Thank you, Flane. There were a few suspiciously crunchy bits here and there, but other than that, it was fine.
You liked it? Wow, nobody has ever liked anything I've cooked! If I cannot get anyone else to eat this meal, though, it is going to spoil and go to waste.
You better eat it all, Dimitri.
It is no secret to me that I am not very good at cooking.
Say, Flane, may I have a second helping?
You actually want more?
Of course. I wouldn't want it to go to waste after all the effort you put in. This kind of mishap can happen to anyone, you know? Don't let it get you down. Besides, I can tell you put a lot of love and dedication into preparing this food for everyone. That alone makes it taste good.
No, that's not how it works.
There is no need for false flattery.
I speak nothing short of the truth, always. It was delicious, and I look forward to eating it again sometime. I'll agree there's no need to make enough for everyone, though. If you like, you could just cook enough for me.
Perhaps. I hope you enjoy the rest of the meal.
Well, there you go. Dimitri found a food supply here. Oh, to do. Oh, okay, we got... Wait a minute. What is the A? Why is the A colored blue? I don't know. Anyway, Mercedes up first.
I think I get it. So the Sky God got into an argument with the Earth God, then Dusker was created?
To oversimplify it somewhat, yes.
There's something so mysterious about it. There are only mountains separating us from Dusker, but it's like a completely different world. This has been so interesting. I've never learned so much about it before.
There are not many left to pass on the legends of Dusker.
Really? That's a shame. It's almost like when someone dies, or a family line ends. I think a place is only truly destroyed when there's no one left to remember it. You should tell more people about Dusker to keep it alive.
That is a strange thing to say.
Oh? Why do you think that?
Dusker is forever the enemy of Fargus. No one cares about our culture or history.
I'm different, though. I don't know anyone who was killed by the people of Dusker. I don't hold a grudge against you, and I never have. Didu? Is this recipe from Dusker?
You don't care for it?
No. I was actually surprised by how much I enjoyed it. Would you teach me how to make it soon?
But it seems I am ever the teacher with you, and seldom the student.
You're right. I'm so sorry. I have an idea. My mother taught me to bake the perfect sweets to go with tea. Would you like to learn how to bake them? It's a secret Martritz family recipe that's been passed down for generations.
House Martritz of the Empire? I thought they were no more.
It's true. My father's family was wiped out in the Empire. I'm the
Well,
last
gee,
one.
that sounds like... that doesn't sound depressing.
Are you certain you wish to impart such precious memories to me?
Of course. Now that my family's gone, I'm the only one who knows the secret.
She doesn't seem that upset about it.
The sweets would vanish from Fodlan if something happened to me.
I see your point. Yes, I would like to learn.
Bam, bam. Wait a minute. Oh. Alright, Felix has a few here. Felix has Ashe. And... Huh. That's kind of weird. Alright, we'll do Ashe first.
Why, Lonato? Oh, hey, Felix.
I suppose your thoughts are still with Lord Lonato.
I'm fine. I'm just frustrated by how little I was able to do. I know he was trying to protect me, but Lonato never really told me anything. In the end, I don't think I understood his feelings at all. You said it yourself. Be more moderate in your passions. To me, he always seemed like a knight out of a story. And I was so caught up in my ideals, I turned a blind eye to his sadness, his hatred. I guess I'm pretty far from real knighthood, huh?
Perhaps. Yet knowing someone well does not mean you know how they feel. Whether family or friend. To know someone's sorrow and turn blindly from it, that is the act of a fool. But pursuing your ideals is not foolish.
But before, you said...
I said to be moderate in your passions, not to abandon your ideals. It's okay to be who you are.
Thank you.
Just be yourself,
Hearing
bro.
You say that means a lot.
Ah, I almost forgot. You lent me this.
Oh, the book I lent you. I'm guessing you hated it?
Yes,
Actually,
I did.
I already knew the story. My brother used to read it to me all the time.
Must have dug up some old feelings, then.
Feelings of hate and rage.
That's just what I'd expect the knight in the story to say. It's not just the way you talk, either. It's who you are as a person, deep down.
Well, I think you're like the squire in the book. He's only half a knight, but he's bold and gregarious. And he always does his best. Don't stop being that half knight, okay?
The half knight.
You
I don't know.
I'll become the kind of knight only I can be.
I'll become a half knight. No, Ashe, you become an assassin. Alright, what do we got here? Oh, we got a net. Felix and a net.
Hello, Felix. So, it was your turn to clean out the greenhouse, right?
Yes.
Well, I went ahead and took care of it. I also cleaned up the warehouse.
You overachiever, you.
Why?
I just wanted to help you out. So that... Okay, fine. I'm bribing you. So you'll forget.
Forget
What?
what?
Are you really gonna make me say it?
Say it.
Before, in the greenhouse, I want you to forget what you saw and heard.
Oh, the tummy tum.
If you agree to forget about it, I'll take your shift in the stables. Do we have a deal?
No thanks.
No? But that's not okay! You have to forget about it, right this moment!
I can't. It's permanently etched in my memory. A mountain of sweets, as well as steaks and cakes. Stacks of them, apparently.
That's great. You should have sang that at the
Also
ball.
intrigued by those bear and swamp beastie songs you mentioned. Ah, and I've been meaning to ask about the move that went along with crumbs and yums. Was that fencing footwork?
Oh, stop it, Felix! You're a villain!
Hmm?
You think you're so funny? Keeping a straight face while mocking my singing and dancing? Well, you have to forget about it! Please! What if I make you a nice steak dinner? You like steak, don't you, Felix? It'll be yummy!
This isn't about steak. I just
Tell the whole world for all I care. I'll just learn to live with the funny looks I'll get from everyone. They'll all say, there goes that Annette, the girl with the funny ideas about food. You're just the evilest of villains, Felix. I'll hate you forever and ever.
What the crap?
I was just trying to be
I like how
nice.
one-sided that conversation was.
Funny ideas about food? Even the bullies in her head are ridiculous. I really don't understand that girl.
Lots of bees here, man. Alright, let's see here. Ashe. Oh, Ashe and Annette. Ashe and Petra. Ashe and Catherine.
Okay, now that you know the technique, go ahead and solve this problem.
Ah, I've got it. Finally.
See? Isn't it fun to learn?
Absolutely. You're great at this, you know. You really seem to have all the answers. I wish I could study and just soak up knowledge like you. How did you get so good at this?
Well, studying was something of a necessity for me.
What do you mean?
My father was one of the king's knights. One day, he never returned home. He just left without ever saying a word to me or my mother.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Losing a father so suddenly?
After he left, I thought a lot about where he might have gone. My father was a devout believer, so I was certain he must have come here, to Garreg Mach.
Here? Really?
That's why I was determined to gain acceptance into the academy. I needed to come here so I could search for my father. The problem was that I needed money to get in. Lots of it. And I didn't have any at all. So I entered the School of Sorcery in Ferdiad first, hoping I could somehow find a path here. I studied tirelessly until I finally earned myself a recommendation.
Oh, wow. So for you, studying has been like a way to meet your destiny.
Destiny, huh? Well, yes, but it's a bit embarrassing when you put it like that.
Why?
Now I have other reasons
Why would that
for
be
wanting
embarrassing?
to keep trying hard.
I don't know.
I want to protect all of my friends and allies here. I'm studying hard so I can be as useful as possible
I want to
to
protect
everyone
my
I hold dear.
friends.
You've worked so hard. I really respect that. I'm going to follow your example.
Alrighty, let's see here. Oh, got a couple more. Got Petra. Already a B. Dang.
To give you more gratitude
I don't know
for the
how.
techniques you showed me.
Commoner techniques? Oh, you mean when I haggled for you?
Yes, it has made for many savings. I was telling the professor, we both are so happy.
Really, it wasn't a big deal. But I'm glad the professor was pleased.
I was?
What is it? Do I have something on my face?
For a lot of time, I was living in the Imperial capital. Then I came here, to the monastery. Both places contain many nobles, and many chances to be learning noble customs.
That's true. When you're surrounded by new people, you naturally pick up all kinds of stuff. Though with nobles, there's a lot to learn. All the etiquette is overwhelming. Not to mention the dancing. I just keep stepping on my partner's feet.
In Fodlan, the nobles are training for dancing since their youth. They have much skill.
When I was a kid, I spent most of my time helping out at my parents' restaurant and playing with my brother and sister. Back then, I never dreamed I'd ever be studying at a proper academy with all these nobles.
I have learned many customs of the nobles, but few of the commoners. I am hoping you will teach me. Techniques, secret skills, anything. All of the things.
All of the things.
Secret skills? I don't think I know anything that fancy.
That is not the truth. The technique for money saving could be helpful even for nobles. It has use for all the world.
I don't know about that. Really, I don't have any special secrets.
Commoner wisdom is only to be shared with commoners, then? I have
Forbidden
understanding.
knowledge.
Forbidden knowledge. Ashe, how about we make a bargain? We can be trading information. In Brigid, powerful curse techniques are passed down, and we can speak with the spirits. I can be teaching you these things.
Ashe, go for it, man. What do you...
What?
Go for
Curses?
do it.
No. I don't need any dangerous information like that. But if you really insist, I guess I could teach you a few things about
Imagine
what life is like
Ashe.
on the streets.
Ashe. Imagine being able to curse Anna into giving you a 10% discount. I mean, come on. Come on.
Would that be enough?
You will be showing me the secret techniques? I cannot be waiting!
That's not what I meant.
Well, he's in a pickle. Alright. And Ashe and Catherine, this is interesting. I don't know why Ashe. Like, Ashe is just popular for some reason.
Is there something I can do for you, Ashe?
Yes. Could you tell me what you know about this?
You could read this blurry letter to me.
This is quite an old letter. Where'd you find it?
It was found in the bishop's room during the inquiry of the Western Church.
I see. It's one of the documents you collected.
This letter mentions my brother, Christoph Gaspar, by name. He was executed by the church for allegedly taking part in the tragedy of Dusker. I know you were the one who turned him over. But this letter isn't about that. It's about a plot to assassinate Lady Rhea. If my brother's name is in here, that means this plot predates the tragedy. So there was another plot against Lady Rhea in the past, and my brother was somehow involved.
Ah.
I can tell by your face that you know something. Tell me, Catherine. Please, I deserve to know.
Christoph was a good man. Maybe too good. It wasn't in his nature to mistrust people. So when the Western Church told him that Lady Rhea had to die for the goddess's sake, or the world's, he went along with it.
Just how well did you know my brother?
Christoph and I were friends. We were in the Blue Lion House together at the academy.
What? I wonder if this changes depending on what house you're on. So, like, if I were in... Well, I don't know. Maybe not.
If you were friends, why did you hand him over to be executed?
Huh.
There must have been another way.
Yeah,
No.
maybe it wouldn't
If
change.
there was another option, I'd have chosen it. But he was foolish. He went along with the plan to assassinate Lady Rhea. I wasn't motivated by a personal grudge. I had no choice but to turn him in. That much is true.
I can't believe that my brother would try to assassinate Lady Rhea. But if he did, that means the church was lying about his involvement in the tragedy of Dusker, doesn't it?
Lying is a strong word. The world was in chaos, and the church did what it had to. If people had known about the threat to Lady Rhea's life, the panic would only have worsened.
So you're saying everything in this letter is true?
You can choose what to believe. All I know is I let him die, and that's something I can never change. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Catherine, wait! Please!
Alrighty. Well, that's gonna do it for the supports for now. Up next, the mission.